going to present about our project that is International Food. For the first one, we'll talk about introduction. In the 21st century, English language is considered as an important language for communication to other people around the world. Therefore, English has become effective tools that people use to communicate and interact in the international societies. Thus, the Thai government has tried to develop, support, and reinforce people to realize the importance of the English ability of the young generation. Project-based learning, or PBL, is an innovative model for teaching and learning. It focuses on the central concept and principles of a discipline, involves students in problem-solving investigations and other meaningful tasks, allow students to work autonomously to construct their own knowledge through inquiry, and culminates in a realistic hands-on project. According to the interviews of Mathayom Siksa 2/1 students about learning English, we found that the students who study at Kasetsart University Laboratory School Center for Educational Research and Development have the problem about their lack of confidence in English speaking. Moreover, they are interested in teaching through games, so the researchers choose project-based learning method to apply with Mathayom Siksa 2/1 students to encourage them to integrate English skill. The example group decided to do the survey project about developing English skill about international food. For the purpose of this study, the first one is to improve and test the English efficiency of Mathayom Siksa 2 students by using project-based learning method. Second, to compare students' English skills before and after using the project-based learning method. And the last one, number 3, to explore the satisfaction of Mathayom Siksa 2 students about English learning with the project-based learning method.
Okay, let's see our hypothesis. There are 3 hypotheses. The first is the English efficiency of Mathayom Siksa 2 students after using project-based learning method is higher than the standard. The second is the students' English skills after using the project-based learning method is higher than before using the project-based learning English. The third is the Mathayom Siksa 2 students satisfy the project-based learning method in English learning. The limitation. The first is the limitation of population. Sample population. The sample population are 8 students in Mathayom Siksa 2/1 at Kasetsart University Laboratory School Center for Educational Research and Development in semester 2/2020. The second is the limitation of duration. The duration of study is operation in semester 2/2020 for 4 weeks in March. The location. The students do the survey project at Kasetsart University Laboratory School Center for Educational Learning and Development by asking other students about their favorite international food. Let's see the definition of terms. The first is project-based learning, or we call PBL. PBL is a model for teaching and learning. It focuses on central concepts and principles of a discipline, involves students in problem-solving investigations and other meaningful tasks, allow students to work autonomously to construct their own knowledge through inquiry and culminates in a realistic hand-on project. The second is speaking skills. Speaking skill is the delivery of language through the mouth. To speak, we create sound using many parts of our body, including lungs, vocal tract, vocal cord, tongue, teeth, and lips. The third is students. Students are a student in Mathayom Siksa 2/1 at เกษตรศาสตร์ University Laboratory School Center for Educational Research and Development in semester 2 2020.
The next chapter is literature reviews. Start with the project-based learning. Bell states that project-based learning is an innovation approach to learning that students drive their own learner to inquiry, as well as work collaboratively to research and create projects that reflect their knowledge. So essential elements of project-based learning, which are challenge, problem, or question, sustainable inquiry, authoritative, student voice or choice reflection, inquiry diversion, and public product. So the assessment and evaluation of project-based learning standards state that the assessment method of PBL should be revised in order to increase student satisfaction in regard to final grades achieved on the project. Following student agreement, most of students say that effort put in the projects was not only equally shared by their member and its effects need to be improved. The assessment method adopted in PBL. Project-based learning is a creative project work. So Clark stated that creative projects are the tangible products of the creative behavior. That creative thinking, if teacher want their student to produce a create work, they need to structure student words so that the outcome is a natural result of this behavior. So the project and campaign. Kim says that both projects and campaigns require a lot of advanced preparation and planning. Also, the both project and campaign management include a careful analysis of the problem or development of smart objective. Pronunciation. Annamae says that pronunciation is viewed as a substitute of speaking. Generally, if teacher want to change the way our learner pronounce words, they have to change the way they think about the combination sound of these words. This goes not just individual sounds, but it's bigger elements of speech, such as syllable, stress patterns, and rhythm. So pronunciation of Thai students. Atapon concludes that Thai students of English needs to be appreciate the English knowledge and pay more attention to the improvement of pronunciation features. He says that it doesn't mean that not only the real English teacher be an excellent model of the pronunciation for Thai students, but teacher respond for another subject matters should be a resource featured in our classroom as well. And the way to improve pronunciation, Gaffman states that the learner to pronounce English word correctly can be one of the hardest parts of English object. The English language has some sound that your native language much not can pronounce. So you have learned how to make completely new sounds by following some scripts that are learned to listen, noticing how your mouth move, and pay attention to your tongue backward down into sound. Add stress to sound and words. Use pronunciation podcasts and video reports yourself and practice with the body a lot. Video that you can see in my project that want a student to make a real food and record the video on the upload in YouTube. So we have to research about use video. So rules state that video means audio or visual in a binary format. Information is a presentation as a sequence of digital data rather than in a continuous single and analog information is. So what is video production? Video production is a video start with coming up with a sole concept of the creative plan to get the concept across the audience. With a good concept in mind, the team moves to the right clip, scouting and choose location and performance in the various tasks need to ensure that the shoot will go as planned. For the shooting, for the production team to have to all the camera, lighting and sound equipment ready. The importance of the video. Digital marketing states that the video is also very accessible to anyone with interest access, both of watch and produce, while there is a critically trained towards higher quality video or pronunciation professional level. Anyone use their laptop to create their video under an hour.
And the next one is project-based learning related study. So we choose the project-based learning in primary school effects on pupils' learning and attitudes. This study is focuses upon the effectiveness of the project-based learning on primary school pupils regarding their content, knowledge, and attitudes toward self-efficiency, task value, group work, teaching methods applied, and peers from diverse ethnic backgrounds. The findings of this study support the view of that pupils can gain the benefits through project-based learning in obtaining content knowledge and group work skills. And the next study is the game-based learning related studies. So we choose to use the facilitating listening and speaking with game-based learning activities in situational context. This study proposes game-based learning activities in situational context to facilitate listening and speaking skills. To measure the feasibility of learning activities, this study conducted one experiment in which students participated at learning activities by using traditional method, or it is a control group and a mobile application within the experimental group. The results of this study revealed that the experimental students outperformed control students in the speaking post-test, while there was insignificant difference in the listening post-test. And furthermore, more students had positive perception toward game-based learning activities supported by mobile application.
Unit 3 Research Methodology Sources of Information or Targets. The students are in Mathayom Siksa 2/1 of Kasetsart University Laboratory School, Kamphaeng San Campus, Center for Educational Research and Development. The samplings are 8 students, including 1 male student and 7 female students. The data collection. Data is collected according to the following steps. 1. Measure students' interest by using the questionnaire for English project-based learning and interviewing students. 2. Design and plan the English learning using the project-based learning by aligning with the result from the interview and the results according to the need analysis. Students are interested in doing survey project, game, and international food. The presentation is about students' interview on topic international food. The game is matching game that using 6 challenging ingredients words of food, following by the matching ingredient to name food. The product of project is video clip the student recorded the process of making real food. 3. Follow the progress by making video about international food that student made a salmon steak and Daifku by themselves. 4. Measure the satisfaction of the sampling through the student questionnaire on doing English project work and the satisfaction of population or student in Mathayom Siksa 2/1 through questionnaire of English project. Instruments. There are 4 instruments of the project. First, needs analysis questionnaire for English project-based learning. Second, student questionnaire on doing project work, English project work. And 3, questionnaire of English project. And 4, progress report. Questionnaire are designed by the following steps. First, research about questionnaires form and design the question about the topic that we want to ask students by following the objectives. 2. Draft the questionnaires and send the questionnaire to the expert for the suggestion. 3. Edit the questionnaire following to the suggestion. 4. Give the questionnaire to the students. Our data analysis and statistic, we use first percentage and second arithmetic mean or mean.
Hello, now I'm going to talk about the result analysis from our project. So we gave some question about the need analysis to the students related to this project, and the results show that students believe that English project will improve their English skill. Their interest is doing the project on English pronunciation skill because they think that it is important skill, and Thai students are still incompetent in this skill. The next is the result of the questionnaire about doing English project. From the table 3, students totally agree on English project. Students can explain the importance of the project to other people. Is the question that the student agree the most. Also, students are able to make the project that is appropriate to the place, and students help each other when they experience the problems are the question that students agree moderately. We also did the checklist and open question, and we can see the result that from the question, what have you got from doing the English project? Mostly students are agree that it helps them to the activities like teamwork, interviewing people, and creating video. It also helped them to learn about the appropriate and correct pronunciations, and they also got to learn about the pronunciation, speaking, vocabulary, interviewing people, and also teamwork. It improves thinking skill and helps them to be brave to interview other people. From their answers, students are satisfied on doing their project because the project improved their thinking skill and interviewing skill. Also, they emphasize that doing the project improved their pronunciation, speaking, vocabulary, creative, and teamwork skill. From the table 4, we can see that the project to improve students' thinking skill is the answer that is strongly agreed the most. Besides, the activity is appropriate to the project and the project is easy to be participated are the answers that are agreed. The students also gave us some suggestions like the first, separate words into categories, and second, interview more people such as teachers or students in other grades for more information. The third, demonstrate an example for video challenge in order to show interviews the rules of the campaign clearer. And the fourth is give the correct pronunciation by native speaker, and the last is assign students the consistency activity for their development and improvement. From the table 5, it shows the details about general information of interviews, including their gender and grades. There are 50 interviews who are 29 males and 21 female students, and our interviews are students in Matayam Suka 1 to 4. From the table 6, it shows the details about the result of interviews, pronunciation, including the score of interviews, pronunciation, and the commonly mispronounced English word. According to the score of interviews pronunciation, the results show that the average score of students is 7.02. Moreover, the commonly mispronounced English word found that the most mispronounced English vocabulary was leopard. 28% of students pronounce leopard wrongly and 8% of students pronounce receive wrongly. I think that's all from me.
Chapter 5, Conclusions, Discussions, and Recommendations. The purposes are to improve and test the English efficiency by using project-based learning method, to compare students' English skills before and after using the project-based learning, and to explore the satisfaction of students about English learning with the project-based learning method. From need analysis, they would like to do English project about English speaking through game in the topic International Food by filming the video about their cooking. The result from the questionnaire was correct to the purposes of this study. The students can get more knowledge about vocabularies that are about the food and the method to make the food. Students can improve their English skills, and students are satisfied on doing their project because the project improved their thinking skill and interviewing skill. Advantages: it helps the students to learn cooperation as group members to complete the assignment. It helps the students to improve their speaking skill, and students can use authentic material. Disadvantages: students did not integrate every skills. Students did not learn varied topics, and cooking real food is dangerous for students if they cook without a teacher. Recommendations for future project: should try other topics such as international culture, international environment, and world war. Should develop this project to the experimental project or creative project. Should improve other skills such as listening, reading, and writing.
It's so delicious.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to cook salmon steak. Let's see the ingredients. This is salmon, olive oil, black pepper, sauce, meat, and salt. Next we will show you how to cook salmon steak. First, season salmon on one side with salt and pepper. Ready to serve!
Hello, today we are going to make the food. Let's see the ingredients.
It is strawberry, red bean, water, sugar,
Corn flour,
gluten rice flour.
tapioca,
This is how to cook.
We will mix glutinous rice flour, cornstarch, and tapioca starch with water. Then add some sugar and mix well.
strawberry into smashed red bean and roll it as a ball.
Like this.
Like this.
Don't allow us smashed red bean.
Have finished and are ready to serve. Yay!